He's successful, he's intelligent, he's charismatic when he wants to be. But if you look at his phone, you'll notice something strange. No group chats, no weekend plans with the boys, no bro calling him up to hang out. His contact list is minimal, his social calendar is empty, and he prefers it that way. While other men are building their crew and maintaining friendships from high school, the Sigma male is walking alone. Not because he can't make friends, but because he's made a calculated decision that most people will never understand. Today, we're diving into one of the most misunderstood aspects of Sigma males: why they have no friends. This isn't about being antisocial or awkward. It's about a deliberate, strategic choice to operate as a lone wolf. The truth about friendship is harsh. Let's get into it. Section 1. The energy cost. Let's start with something most people don't calculate. Friendships are expensive, not financially, energetically. Every friendship requires maintenance. Text messages you need to respond to, birthday parties you're expected to attend, drama you get dragged into, favors you're asked to do, social obligations that pull you away from your goals. The average person sees this as normal, the cost of having people in your life. The Sigma male sees it differently. He calculates the return on investment. He asks, what am I getting from this friendship that I can't provide for myself? What value is this person adding to my life? Is this relationship moving me forward or holding me in place? Most friendships don't pass this filter. Because here's what the Sigma male has realized. Most friendships are based on convenience, not value. You became friends because you sat next to each other in class, because you worked at the same company, because you lived in the same neighborhood. Remove the convenience factor, and what's left? Obligation without purpose. The Sigma male refuses to maintain relationships out of obligation. If the friendship isn't mutually beneficial, genuinely enriching, and aligned with his path, he cuts it off. No guilt, no hesitation. He'd rather invest that energy into his business, his skills, his personal growth. Things that actually compound over time. Section 2. The authenticity problem. Here's the deeper issue. Most friendships require you to be less than you are. Think about it. How many times have you dumbed yourself down to fit in? How many times have you pretended to care about sports you don't watch or gossip you don't care about? How many times have you censored your real opinions to avoid making the group uncomfortable? This is what friendship costs most people. Authenticity. The Sigma male has spent his entire life becoming himself. He's removed the masks. He's stopped performing for others. He's built an identity based on genuine self-expression, and then he looks at typical male friendships and sees performance theater. He sees men who can't talk about their real feelings, men who have to maintain a tough guy image, men who mock each other instead of having real conversations, men who bond over shared complaints instead of shared growth. The Sigma male observes this and thinks, why would I downgrade myself to fit into this dynamic? He's not being arrogant. He's being protective of his authenticity. He's worked too hard to become himself to pretend to be someone else, just to have drinking buddies. If he can't be completely authentic around you, he doesn't see the point of the relationship. Section 3. The quality over quantity principle. Now let's be clear, Sigma males aren't completely friendless. They're selective, brutally selective. While the average guy has 30 people he calls friends, the Sigma male might have 2. Maybe 3 if he's being generous. But these aren't casual friendships. These are deep, meaningful connections with people who operate at his level. People who challenge him. People who add genuine value to his life. People he respects intellectually and emotionally. The Sigma male would rather have 1 real friend than 50 fake ones. He's observed how most people collect friends like social media followers. Quantity over quality. Surface-level connections with dozens of people who don't really know them. This is insanity to the Sigma male. He doesn't understand the appeal of having 100 people who know your name, but don't know your mind. He operates on a different principle. If you're in my inner circle, you're there because you've earned it. You've proven your value, you've demonstrated loyalty, you've shown that you're on a similar path. Everyone else is an acquaintance at best, and the Sigma male is completely comfortable with that distinction. Section 4. The independence factor. Here's what makes Sigma males fundamentally different. They don't need friends for emotional support. The average man uses friendships as a crutch. He needs people to validate his decisions. He needs people to complain to. He needs people to make him feel less alone. He needs the group to define who he is. The Sigma male has internalized all of these functions. He validates his own decisions through logic and self-reflection. He processes his problems alone, or through mentors, not through venting sessions. He's comfortable in solitude because he's built a rich internal world. His identity comes from within, not from tribal affiliation. This is psychological independence. And once you achieve it, traditional friendship becomes less necessary. Think about why most men maintain friendships: loneliness prevention, social validation, identity reinforcement, entertainment, networking. The Sigma male has solved these problems differently. He's not lonely because he enjoys his own company. He doesn't need validation because he's self-assured. His identity is self-generated. He entertains himself through his passions, and he networks strategically, not socially. When you've built this level of independence, friendship becomes optional, not essential. Section 5, the trust issue. Let's address the darker side. Sigma males have usually been burned. They've had the friends who got jealous when they succeeded, the friends who disappeared when they needed help, the friends who talked behind their backs, the friends who used them for connections or money. They've learned the hard lesson. Most people are in your life for what you can do for them, not for who you are. This isn't pessimism. This is pattern recognition. The Sigma male has observed human nature up close. He's seen how people change when you have something they want. He's seen how loyalty disappears when it's inconvenient. He's seen how friendship becomes transactional. And he's decided, if it's going to be transactional anyway, I'd rather do business with professionals than pretend these are real friendships. He's not bitter about it. He's just realistic. He understands that genuine, selfless friendship is extremely rare. And he's not willing to waste energy on the illusion of friendship when the reality is something else. Section 6, the freedom equation. Here's the final piece. Friends limit your freedom. The Sigma male values freedom above almost everything. And friendships, by their nature, create obligations. You can't just disappear for 6 months to focus on a project when you have friends expecting you to show up. You can't make radical life changes without people questioning you. You can't pursue unconventional paths without social pressure to conform. Friends keep you anchored to normalcy. They're invested in you staying recognizable, staying relatable, staying within boundaries. The Sigma male is trying to transcend those boundaries. He's trying to build something different, become someone different, live a life that most people can't even imagine, and you can't do that while maintaining a traditional social circle. So he makes a choice: freedom over friendship, growth over belonging, authenticity over acceptance. So why do Sigma males have no friends? Because they've redefined what friendship means. They've rejected the shallow, obligation-based model that most people accept. They're not lonely, they're selective, they're not antisocial, they're protective of their energy, they're not broken, they're independent. The Sigma male has calculated the cost of friendship and decided that for most people, the cost exceeds the value. He'd rather walk alone and stay true to himself than compromise who he is for the comfort of belonging. This makes people uncomfortable. Society tells us that having no friends is a red flag, that something must be wrong with you if you prefer solitude. But the Sigma male knows better. Sometimes the strongest thing you can do is stand alone, not because you can't find people, but because you refuse to lower your standards just to avoid being alone. The truth about friendship is this: quality matters infinitely more than quantity. And for Sigma males, the quality bar is so high that most people will never reach it. They're not waiting for friends. They're building empires. And empires are built in solitude.